Cilader semuanya, gimana kabarnya hari ini? Semoga selalu dalam keadaan sehat ya. Senang sekali Miss Anita bisa kembali menemani Cilader semuanya dalam series Cilat Talks bersama Cilat Unisula. Nah, di sesi kali ini kita akan kedatangan bintang tamu dan kita akan mengulik banyak tentang pengalamannya di Indonesia dan juga belajar bahasa Indonesia serta belajar mengenai budaya di negaranya. Nah, siapa bintang tamu kita hari ini? Langsung saja kita kenalan ya. Halo Anas, how are you doing today?
Alhamdulillah, fine. Baik, luar biasa.
Luar biasa, sudah bisa bahasa Indonesia ya?
Alhamdulillah.
Oke, nah kalau Mr. Anas udah bisa bahasa Indonesia hari ini, mungkin untuk podcastnya kita akan campur ya bahasa Indonesia dan Inggris, so that we can learn both languages, Indonesian and English.
Insyaallah.
Okay, so the first one, I want you to introduce yourself and also your background so that audience know more about you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Aku namanya Anas Kamal Abdul Atta dari Palestina, Gaza. Aku sekarang mahasiswa di Fakultas Ekonomi dan Bisnis University Sultan Agung, Semarang. Alhamdulillah, finished first semester in my master, and now I am joining Ramadan in Semarang, Unisula.
Oke, so panggilannya berarti Anas ya, Mr. Anas ya. Oke, so you are from Palestine, dari Palestina.
Iya.
Di Indonesia sekarang sedang belajar atau studi lanjut ya di Unisula. Jurusan
Fakultas Ekonomi.
Fakultas Ekonomi. Oke, Magister Manajemen. Oke, jadi Mr. Anas ini asalnya dari Palestina nih, sahabat dekatnya Indonesia banget ya, Ciladers ya. Dari Palestina dan saat ini sedang menempuh studi S2 Magister Manajemen di Universitas Islam Sultan Agung. Nah, kita akan mengulik lebih banyak. So I will ask you several questions related to Indonesia and also Palestine and also your Ramadan experience here in Indonesia. So, how long have you been here in Indonesia?
For now, I am moving to Indonesia since November, so almost 4 months.
4 months.
Yeah, but I've been in Malaysia for 7 years. Yeah, so but during this time also I come to Indonesia from time to time. Ya, aku datang ke Indonesia sebab aku suka di sini. Ya, jadi kapan aku habis S1 di Malaysia, aku pilihan untuk datang ke Unisula yang buat S2 di Universitas Unisula.
Oke, jadi di Indonesianya baru November 2025 ya datang ke Indonesia untuk studi lanjut. Tapi sebelumnya udah pernah tinggal di Malaysia.
Iya, sebelumnya
7 tahun ya?
7 tahun
7 tahun, lama banget nih. Okay, so after coming to Indonesia for the first time, I wanna ask you about what is your first impression about the country?
This time or
in the first time?
In the first time I came in 2019.
Oh,
Yeah, so I come here and the first expression, it was like very friendly, very nice, because the people here, they are like so nice, so grateful. Yeah. So jadi yang bastu yang aku sudah yang pernah makanan di Malaysia, tapi I makan di sini. Jadi di sini lebih enak sedikit ya, khusus beef rendang.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jadi for the first time, your impression is Indonesian people is very friendly,
nice, yeah,
very
kind.
nice and kind, and also you already tried some Indonesian food back in
for
Malaysia.
the first time. Yeah.
So then when you come to Indonesia, you also tried maybe the original taste of Indonesian
Betul,
food,
yeah.
right? Okay. And now we're gonna talk about daily life and campus life and also culture. So right now you are currently studying in Indonesia and also living in Indonesia. So what do you think you enjoy the most about living and studying in Indonesia?
The most thing that I enjoy here is like when I teman yang mau sama teman go out gitu, yang cakap learning bahasa,
Okay.
improving myself during this time. And other thing is like just more is like the university is look very nice and it's very big to hang out, to go jalan di university. Ya, dan yang pergi masjid yang dekat, ya Masjid Abu Bakar Sakaf itu dekat yang asrama, jadi bisa yang setiap salat pergi sana. Ya, alhamdulillah itu yang for daily life. Ya, malam juga bisa yang pergi coffee shop, living, ya gitu, yang bisa semua minum makan di sana. Ya, itu yang buat yang hidupan di Unisula lebih senang ya.
Okay, so what you enjoy the most is you get connected to a lot of friends in here and
Yeah.
also hanging out with them and also getting to know surrounding the places and
Yeah.
around the campus which are very near to go somewhere to the mosque, to the cafe, like that.
Betul,
Yeah.
ya.
Okay. How about studying? What is the difference you felt studying here in Indonesia compared to maybe before when you were in Palestine?
Actually, like let us say about like the limitation between here and Jasmo. Mostly probably di Indonesia yang semua source sambur untuk yang belajar ada. Tapi di Gaza, sebab yang kita tahu, semua tahu yang di Gaza ada yang sering dari lama. Jadi yang tidak ada yang source untuk yang laboratory gitu yang atau yang kualitas, okay good, tapi yang tidak open source of sources of income, sources of information, yeah. But it's like here it's more wide in the universities in like in Indonesia and Malaysia. The sources it's very wide, especially for courses like kedokteran, farmasi gitu. Tapi for untuk yang jurusan yang ekonomi gitu yang lebih dekat. Tapi kalau yang sama I said it's different for the what we call science majors. Yeah, like mechatronics, this facultas, it's like here it's more professional, more wide of the source of information and to make the student more comfortable, enjoyable in the class.
Okay, yeah. Thank you for your answer. So basically, the difference, I think it's not the difference. I mean, like they have different conditions like in Gaza and also in Indonesia. Maybe in Gaza it's difficult to get access for the source of education, also source of books and also information compared to Indonesia. Okay, hopefully that in the future Gaza will develop better, especially in educational system. Inshallah.
Even though it's like susah, but we still have a professional student. We have a professional like. If you see like some student from Gaza when they go out of their box, like go to Germany, go to you will find them working in very big brands like Mercedes, especially also some students when come to Indonesia, when they study kedokteran, they go back to Gaza, they implement their study, it's very well. And this also opened the way when we hire student here, scholarship, it's opened the way to what we call it, to acquisition the talents from around Palestine.
Yeah, even though maybe like so many people from Palestine, they go abroad for taking their study, they need to go to study in different countries because they need to develop their talents, so that then they go back, they can implement their skills to the community, right?
Right.
Okay. And now talking about cultural differences between Palestine and Indonesia, maybe at the first time you come here, have you experienced such kind of like culture shock or something that you find it really different?
At first, there is a lot of the differences because like it's like different way. Like we are in the Middle East and here we are in Jismo Asia. So the difference is very huge, but at the end it will like be like for the religious is same, but for culture differences it's like probably for the food. Yeah, for the food it's totally different from from Middle East. For the what we call it, for the daily transaction with the people, yeah, it's a bit different regarding to the way to salam kenal gitu, yeah, in this kind, yeah. But at the end we are all Muslims, and one thing that gather us is the Islam and the friendly to each other.
Okay. So basically, many things are different, but you try to get to know and adapt
Yeah.
to the differences, and also because like both the two countries are mostly Muslim, so
Yeah.
yeah, it can get like so
It's
many
easy to
similarities.
adapt with
Yeah.
them, yeah. It's
Sim-
not hard to like, it's not gonna take long for for like engage with the community. Same like compared to different like countries like Europe country like that. Some people they will face difficulties.
Yes.
Culture shock is more than regarding to religious, regarding to the what you call mix with the people. It's a bit difficult, but in Malaysia and Indonesia, the difference is not too much. Everyone, when you go, they give salam, they give
Yeah,
jismo, and you see masjid. So it's easy to adaptive sama the culture
the
here.
cultures, okay. But I'm wondering if you might find one thing that you think maybe it's unique from Indonesia
Compared to when
compared to your country.
for the culture, it's like what we call, if we want to say, it's like the way to salam. For example, when we salam, we shall just shake hand normal. Yeah, but in Indonesia, this was like a shock at the beginning. In Indonesia, for the first time, when I came, when I see people give salam, so they give salam with cuman yang the tangan. We generally in Gaza, in our hometown, we just give kiss for the hand for our
Elders.
small, not all elders, just like dad, mom, grandfather, grandmother,
okay.
and this connection. For uncles, normal salam. Yeah, but when I come here, like for the first time, if the someone he's older than you 1 year, like it's more respectful to give him Shesmo, to kiss his hand, to go down to Shesmo. Yeah.
see.
After a while, I become the yeah,
Yeah, and mostly the kids, yeah.
yeah,
The
mostly
kids.
the kids. Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. And maybe like how do I say, the other differences like the eating habit with hands. Do you
Yeah.
accustomed to that? Or
Yeah, for this habit, I easily adapted to this. But like when kaban aku yang lihat semua orang yang makan sama tenggan, aku yang enjoy sama mereka. Tapi kalau yang ada orang yang based on the situation, tapi bisa yang semua makan sama tenggan. Tapi di Gaza, actually belum pernah yang coba. Tapi kapan aku pulang di Gaza yang 2020, ya ada satu kali yang mau lihat yang reaction dari ibu aku, ya gimana. So aku yang makan sama tenggan, dia look for me and what are you doing? Yeah, then I say
Okay.
in Malaysia we are eating like that. So she said no, don't eat. Yeah, but like she don't know that in Indonesia and Malaysia they trying their best to implement the sunnah of Prophet Muhammad. Yeah, but this also considered from the cultural differences.
yes,
Yeah.
cultural differences. Okay, and how about the weather? Mostly like Indonesian weather is very hot.
Yeah, for the weather, at the beginning it was a bit difficult to adaptive because in Gaza for 17 years I live for like 1 year, 4 seasons. There is summer, there is spring, autumn, and winter. So we see all weathers. But when we come to here in Malaysia, Indonesia, the whole year it's same like weather, but difference it's just like ada hujan, tidak ada hujan gitu kan.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was a bit shock. Like sometimes we willing to wear a jacket, we willing to feel cold. Yeah, but after like 1 year, it's become normal and to adapt to live with this weather. And at the end, we still same.
Okay, so now you are already like become adaptive to the weather
Yeah.
Sometimes right now it's mostly raining
Yeah.
rainy season right now. Okay, and so basically you can adapt well to the cultural differences
Yeah,
between
easy for
your
me.
country and also Indonesia. I'm wondering maybe you have experienced a funny or unforgettable moment here.
For unforgettable moments. Ada banyak tapi yang susah yang teringat ya.
Iya, diingat-ingat dulu nggak apa-apa.
Yeah, like one of the most things, what we call it, I think is like it just like misunderstand and like
Misunderstanding,
yeah. For the first time I came to Indonesia, and it was before Ramadan, yeah. So I'm sorry to say it, but it was in Jakarta, yeah. So I want to belanja my friends in somewhere. So I went to order pizza. So I bought like just more the box yang have two just more lantai of pizza. Jadi kita yang just mau minum makan sama-sama. Ada yang teman kita tapi yang dia duduk di belakang. Ya, dia datang Mas Anas bisa kita share. I said yeah, okay, you can share. Suddenly like just more he take the box and he go to the another table. Yeah, but until now we don't know. We didn't see the pizza from that time. Yeah, so it was like, does I say something wrong so he understand? Yeah, so it was like unforgettable moments to me, like what I should to do, but it's okay. Like I go again to the restaurant, I eat alone. Yeah.
Okay, that's funny. Yeah, so you didn't get the whole pizza. Just
Yeah, I
small
just
piece.
got one slice.
And then you go other
Yeah,
places
it's
to
go
buy
to another
something.
place, but we don't know like when it's come. So after I just wait. Yeah, I try to ask, or I don't know actually the culture. What is the culture here? Yeah, so I just keep silent, observing. Yeah, so I believe like it will not come back again. So I went to eat alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I keep belanja.
Yeah.
Hopefully not like to take it again.
Okay, so yeah, that's quite funny. Yeah. And now we're gonna talk about how do I say it? Maybe we discuss about food and language differences. So you already tried some Indonesian food, right?
Yeah.
What is your favorite?
My favorite from the beginning, from the first time, it's beef rendang.
Beef rendang.
Yeah.
Okay, beef
So
rendang.
the story of beef rendang is a bit funny also. Yeah. I was living in Tibet. Yeah. So I think it was first day of Ramadan. We want to, me and teman aku, we want to go to buka puasa. Jadi kita yang jalan, ada yang nasi padang, kita duduk, maka yang mau coba. So aku dengar yang banyak beef rendang ya. So aku yang tanya ada beef rendang, dia kata okay. So kita yang mau buka puasa, so we order just more like meal. So you know the portion of nasi in Indonesia, it's very small compared to Arab.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we finished the first meal. we ask another, we ask another, we ask another. Like we keep asking until we feel full because the portion is really very small. Yeah. So like after we finish, we want to pay. So we ask the brother how much. So he looked to us. He forget how much, how many
Rice.
plate, how many
How
plate.
many?
Yeah. So he tried to calculate. So he said like what he remembered. It's 13 portion. Yeah, for 2 person. Yeah, it was
Okay.
so shock for him to like first time someone 2 person come to eat 13 portion. But that time after 13 portion, or we don't know, maybe it's more. Yeah, but we feel full and we got attached. We have love with this beef rendang until today. Like whenever chance I want to eat, like I don't know, confused. So the only choice for me is beef rendang.
Okay, beef rendang ya. So beef rendang is usually sold in Padang restaurant, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, in Padang restaurant, if you eat dine-in, makan di tempat, usually the rice is like small portion. But if
Yeah.
you take away, the portion is
So I have to
like huge.
ask for takeaway then
Yeah.
eat inside.
For take away. Okay, aside of beef rendang, do you have another favorite?
Here I try soto.
Soto ayam.
Soto ayam dan kambing. I like it. I try it in July. Yeah, because I heard in soto ayam yang khusus Semarang kan?
Iya, soto ayam.
And lumpia.
Lumpia Semarang.
I also
ya.
try lumpia dan bakso sudah.
Bakso.
Tapi yang bakso biasa, bakso urat aku tak suka.
Saya suka.
Iya.
Mie ayam?
Mie ayam bisa, itu yang biasa semua. Tapi yang khusus di Semarang, yang soto, yang lumpia, aku sudah pernah.
Okay. Soto. So actually, like soto is like the national dish of Indonesia, but in every region they have their own version
Yeah,
of it.
yeah.
Like kayak
The-
soto Semarang, soto Kudus, soto
Oh.
Lamongan. So every region they have their own
Their
types.
own
Yeah. For
types.
example, like the Semarang, they have noodles with like plain broth. In other, maybe they have like more thick broth or with the coconut milk.
Yeah, yeah,
or with the
santan. We
beef.
call santan.
Yeah, santan. Okay, so yeah, talking about food is not. I think we don't need to continue again because we are still fasting today, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now I see you already known and able to speak Indonesian. So what is your favorite words in Indonesians that you have known?
Not especially favorite words, but
Apa
I
nih,
mean,
kamu suka banget gitu kata ini ada nggak?
iya, yang aku yang setiap hari yang like to say like enggak, ya gitu like the word enggak, gimana kau mau gimana, yang this word is like I every time whenever
Every
I go,
day, yeah.
whenever I pass someone, yang he will ask me,
Someone ask you.
Mas mau gimana,
Mau
mau gimana, ya enggak,
Ya,
yang
enggak.
no, ya gitu.
Okay. So basically you learn Indonesian by yourself, like by talking to the people,
Yeah,
not
like
taking classes.
practicing. Yeah, we have class in Malaysia, like for the it's like main curriculum for the study.
Okay.
Yeah, but at the end it's just like you will learn and you do exams then you forget. Yeah, but it also was a step to improve and just more like to improve my language. But I actually was starting to learn Bahasa Malayu before I joined to the class. But the class, it helped me to improve myself, to be known that I able to do that. So I continue after that until Alhamdulillah I 50-50. Yeah.
Oke, jadi belajar bahasa Melayu dulu baru
Iya,
Indonesia.
baru move to bahasa
Bahasa
Indonesia yang
Indonesia.
use berkataan aku, enggak gitu ya.
Okay. So do you think Indonesian language is difficult or not?
No, I don't think it's difficult. I always like heard from some people that they say like Bahasa Indonesia is like if you want to focus, especially for learning it, it just take from you 6 months to learn. Yeah, but I say okay, let it come like smoothly. No need just move. So I can able to remember. Yeah, learning one by one. It's better than just like focus 6 months, then you forget too much of the words. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
Slowly,
easy. Yeah,
slowly,
slowly,
ya.
slowly, blan blan.
Pelan-pelan.
Yeah.
Okay, but you already did a great job. Baru 4
Alhamdulillah.
bulan ya. Tapi
Iya.
udah like if you like talking to Indonesian people and for daily context.
Yeah, alhamdulillah. It's cukup for semua.
Okay, you already learned Indonesian language. Now you are living in Semarang. So have you learned some Japanese words?
Aku dengar tapi belum yang praktis gitu. Tapi yang I think Maturnuun ya itu just mau. Yeah, and apa tuh? I forget actually. Some teman yang they try to learn but long time I didn't practice, so I forget some. Yeah.
Yeah, in Semarang you like see many people speaking in Japanese, right?
Yeah. Like it's sometimes when they speak, I confuse like what they are speaking, but because I become familiar with the sound of Japanese, so I know
this is
that
Japanese,
they are just more from like Jawa gitu.
Okay. Jadi harus so maybe later you have to like learn more about Japanese.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now we're gonna talk about cultural perfections. So before we already talk much about Indonesia. Now I want to know more about the cultural values in your country. So, what is the cultural values from your country that you think Indonesians should know?
The culture value is like I think we like same.
Yeah, maybe
same. Yeah,
togetherness in
but the
family.
difference, while we are in Ramadan, so the thing that I noticed that is just more in apa tuh, in Indonesia. I don't know if it's already here or not, but usually in Ramadan in our countries, so in Ramadan the people like to gather together, to go invite each other, go makan here, just more. So for every Ramadan, for the whole Ramadan, like at least you will go to Belanja for like 10 times or 20 times. Yeah, and the value of like having time with the families, it's very important. Yeah, and it's like we have to buka puasa sama keluarga kita. Even you work, you have to come back from work for a while, eating there, But I think here, because the culture differences and like the limitation of work and like that, so some people they cannot, so they have to keep in the work. We give like what we call the excuse for that. But I not really see the vibe of gathering everywhere. But I do see some people they gathering and for like big meals like that, family gathering, but not same as like the vibe of Ramadan in Palestine or different country in Arab like Egypt or something like that.
Okay, so I can say that in Arab countries they have like really strong families values, especially like to have gather together, to have some quality times and in special location like Ramadan.
Betul,
and also getting connected to their family many times. What do you think is the habit or values in Indonesia that you want to bring it back to your home country?
The habit or let us say the friendlies. The friendly here is more friendly and like more calm down. So I think it's the natural of Arab is like fast angry, like cepat angry, marah gitu, merajuk. So one of the things that I learned here while I go back to Gaza in for 2 times, I found myself a bit quiet than before. Yeah, so it's like it's not easy to get angry because and like just I like when I go back like don't like too much like what we call it like loud voice like that. So the calm of the people we have to bring it back to Jismo to Gaza because we are in Palestine very fast to angry. Yeah, so the thing that Jismo can bring there is like the calm, but it's not usual, not always good because sometimes when in Gaza when we want to do like a transaction, government transaction, anything, if like you just become down, you will not get your right. Yeah, but in Indonesia, they depends like if you calm down, you will get. But if you keep talking, keep bothering the people, so they will not do. They mean to not do for you. So this also different value of the countries.
Okay, so the value, the friendliness, and also the calmness of
Yeah.
Indonesian people that you want to go, and even you already like okay, make it in yourself. Like you said that you
Yeah.
become more calm and also not angry like
Yeah.
before when you come.
It's
back to
the
your
good things that I learned from just Indonesia.
Okay, I'm seeing it right now. He's so calm, guys. Okay, and also, but sometimes the calmness is not good. Also, do you know like jam karet? The
Yeah.
term of jam karet.
No.
So karet is like rubber.
Yeah.
Jam like
Yeah.
a word. So there is a bad habit of Indonesian people called jam karet, which is like Indonesian people are like they like to be late.
Late.
Yeah.
Oh.
In every occasion, or maybe when they go to schools, go to office, or have appointment meetings with someone, they are like
Like to
taking
be
it very
late.
slow.
Ah.
Yeah, sometimes when you say, "Oh, I'm on the way," it's like
But he's still
just,
sleeping.
like, still on the bed. Yeah. Even like
Even in Arab, we still have this. Like, it's just if he say like 5 minutes, that mean he need 20 minutes or 50 minutes. Yeah, if he say 1 hour, that mean 4 hours later. Yeah, we still have this kind of things.
okay, yeah. Well, in Arab, it's all the same. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like to be late. Yeah.
yeah, like to be late.
Okay. In like sometimes in like East Asian country or in Europe, people are tend to be very
Yeah,
disciplined with
yeah.
time. So that sometimes when they come to Indonesia and having like appointment, they're like very surprised that the people didn't come
Yeah,
and very late. So
they don't know about jam karet.
yeah, they don't know about jam karet. And now maybe we're going to the last question of this session, the session one. So we know that many young people in Palestine, they struggle to get educations with various challenges they have in their country. But from your experience, what message would you like to share to inspire Indonesian students to truly value and pursue their education?
Actually, for now, especially for this time, the education system is very broke in Gaza regarding to the war since 2 years that they are suffering with the war. So the access to education is very low and a lot of generation, like a lot of students, they lost the chance of being educated at this time. But even though they trying their best, they go to build like some tents to have classes, they try to have access for online for universities from different countries like that. Even they are like in difficult in struggling, but they are still try to survive because we know orang in Palestine yang suka hidup. Ya, jadi our message untuk yang orang Indonesia is to keep supporting them, by doakan for them, by what we call buat content social media about how much our saudaraku suffering in Gaza, if we able to promote young education by what we call it, like helping them in building tents, go to trusted organizations in Indonesia that able to provide some classes either online, either build a physical classes, to cover the fees for the student. And other thing is there is a way, but for now it's a bit like difficult to bring the student from Gaza to Indonesia. And it's already we have been like, it's just more known in Indonesia. It's like a country that like to invite the people from Gaza and to provide a scholarship. In this war, we asked like Indonesian government, we asked the Indonesian organization to seek for improve and increase the numbers of the students in Indonesia. So we aim that Palestinian people in Gaza, they are just more rebuild their mentality, rebuild their education nicely. So our message is to keep boasting about situation in Gaza for all the people, for our friends, for social media, so we able to help them as much as we can, inshallah.
Okay, so despite the difficulties in Gaza and Palestine, the people in Palestine still have like very good spirit and fight to pursue their education. So that's why that maybe to young Indonesians, they should have the same spirit as the Palestinians to pursue their educations, to study hard and make their family proud. So we are as Indonesian also have the capacity to support the Palestinian people by spreading the good messages of the Palestinian and also supporting the facilities in the Palestine with the power that we can. Maybe we can donate or every small things that we can do, maybe
by donation, by just more like talking about how much they suffer. Try to introduce the people to universities, what scholarship.
Scholarship. And so that hopefully maybe in the future there will be many Palestinian people can pursue study here in Indonesia.
Insyaallah.
Oke, nah itu tadi teman-teman ya bincang-bincang kita tentang pengalaman Ramadan di Indonesia dan juga perbedaan Ramadan di Indonesia dan juga di Palestina. Nah sekian dulu untuk sesi bincang-bincang kali ini. Terima kasih untuk Ciladers yang sudah menyaksikan. Sampai jumpa di podcast berikutnya. Bye. Assalamualaikum.